Yeah, for sure. On that note, man, salute to Young Dolph, man. We're going to get into the quick hit segment.
Yeah. I've been waiting on these. Okay, so we're going to hit all these quick hits?
Man, fuck it, we hit them all. Let's go.
All right. The thing is, we can hit them all if we abide to the rules.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so are we
Man said ain't no rules.
All right. That's real. Fuck the rules. Fuck all that.
All right, first one.
To have a session when I'm mocking Smooth one day.
When I'm wrong, I'm right.
Okay, first one. This is from Jenny V.
30 seconds.
She wrote it in. If someone gets mad at a subject you're asking about, what does that typically mean?
Wait, say it again.
If somebody gets mad at a subject that you brought up to them, what does that typically mean?
It's the truth.
You want to argue?
It's the truth.
How many times have you brought up this subject?
Exactly. It depends on the context of it. That's layers to that.
Okay.
There's layers to that.
I get
Valid
that.
point.
If it's just the initial, like this is your first time asking this subject or something like that, and they just get mad out the blue.
Oh, they doing something.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever that is.
They already
That's
know
what I'm going off
They
of,
already know they in trouble. I'm just, I'm just saying. They
But
already
if
know
it's something, you know what I'm saying, that got texture in the shit, and y'all been going through some shit or some shit, like, bro, like, nigga just ain't trying to hear that shit, bro.
If you asking me if I've been cheating 5 times and I told you the same thing over and over,
Right.
I'm going to tell you I did.
Just to get your ass out the way.
Just to get your ass out the way.
And another thing, it could be like y'all having a good time, you know, y'all chilling and whatnot, and then all of a sudden you just come out the blue. So
Yeah. Now that
so,
shit,
you
that shit
talking to
piss me
anybody?
off.
Man,
Hey,
it's getting personal. It's getting personal. It's getting personal.
That makes the situation so crazy. Like your day been going extra. I'm talking you done took out to dinner. Y'all done went on a picnic. Y'all been cruising around the city, man. You done took her to have her favorite drink, whatever. That shit could be 40 minutes away. You done took her to have all that shit.
You didn't plan out that smash session.
Everything.
Everything.
Then when shit cool and the moment right and all that shit, right in that moment.
Dog.
So you not talking about? Get out the car. Stop the car right now. We on the highway. I don't give a damn where we at. It is raining. So what? It looked like you wanted to get wet anyway.
Straight up.
That shit happened to me day after my birthday. Everything was good.
Elaborate.
The next day, we chill on the couch watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Sipping a little bit. Everything just lovely. I just know I'm going to beat that night. Then all of a sudden, you been texting any of the hoes?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You didn't fuck
Get out of here.
Nah.
Get out of here. Have I been texting some other hoes? I'm about to right now.
Straight up.
Hey, glad you reminded me.
I haven't texted nothing in about a month. But yeah, since you want to act like that.
I agree with what they said on that, man. I think the first time you break something up the first time and somebody gets shifty or they get uncomfortable, they catch an attitude, more times than not, they hiding something. Point blank, period. But just like they also said, there are some women that believes in asking the same questions 10 times in 10 different ways, trying to trip you up. At that point, my man just annoyed. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, you gonna get that resistant energy back. Because I'm tired of answering the same thing 100 times. I'm going to give you the same answer I gave you.
But they'll say, you're not really answering the question.
No, just give them the answer they want to hear then.
Right.
So you know what? Yeah.
Straight up.
Why you gotta do this?
Nigga, you do that, it's going to bring about 20 more questions.
Straight up.
That's a fact.
You know what? Fuck it. I did. How about that? Straight up.
Hey, you got to leave then. You got to go take that ride.
You gotta leave.
It's real rap. And moving right along. What is the main disconnect between men and women when it comes to dating, in your opinion?
The main disconnect.
Yeah.
I think women think the one guy they go on a date with is going to be that one right then. A lot of men are just going on a date just to fill out the air. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like that's their main one, their soulmate right there.
So you're saying that women have a much more higher sense of urgency?
Yeah, like this got to be the one. This
Especially when you
is
get
the one
certain
for me.
age,
You know what I'm
they
saying? And I think men is just like, hey, I'm going on a date. You know, just have a good time and see what the vibe is like.
Yep.
I don't think a lot of women are. That's what I don't think.
Yep.
Y'all want me to? I think the main disconnect, in my opinion, would be people don't take the time to heal from a previous relationship before they jump into a new one.
There's definitely one.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we starting this thing off all the way wrong because you holding me to standards that old dude had. You know what I'm saying? He finessed you. He dogged you out. He did that. ain't got shit to do with me. So your energy is off when you get into this situation and we dating, and that turns me off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now, because I'm getting accused 100 times of cheating, guess what I'm gonna go do?
Knock down your friend that I've been wanting.
Bingo. So it's, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like you should sort out your baggage and your issues before you jump into a new relationship. Period.
The main disconnect for me is just not understanding the other side, man.
I was just about to say that.
Elaborate.
You took my shit. Go ahead. I'm gonna
let you elaborate.
Nah, go ahead, baby. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Man, what you bitch ass niggas saying, goddamn?
You go on my back door.
But not understanding the other side is
Exactly what I was gonna say, though.
on some shit like you holding like whatever you think on your side hostage in their head, so they gotta be this. And saying that goes on both sides of the table. Like you don't go in it with a clear conscience of everything that's on the board. Like B say, you dragging shit from your previous experiences. It may not be your last relationship, but it's a collective of everything you done been through.
That's true.
Yep.
And now we gotta be subject to all this shit, and we gotta disguise this shit for you, and that ain't right. And that's on both sides. That's for the man, and that's
I
for
agree.
the woman.
Yeah, very true.
That's on both sides of the table. So you got to get through that shit, through that talking stage. Like, hey, bro, like leave all this shit right here. This is us. And once you get through that, shit be comfortable. Shit be good. But a lot of people can't work through that because they know they truths are ugly. Most people, they truths are ugly. So
Yeah, I was gonna say understanding, 'cause that was gonna be one, and then communication from the jump. And the understanding for me, I feel like in my experience is the fact that women and men are both coming from, like I was telling Beeb the other day, like they both coming from different sides of the spectrum. And especially like we talk about the good men, and then a lot of times the good women are talking about, well, we always paying for these niggas this and this and that.
Right.
But I was telling Beeb, like the good men and good women aren't dating each other. The good men are dating terrible women, and then the good women are dating terrible men.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So both of us are telling our experiences about trash people that we dating, but they not dating each other. And
That's true.
part of that,
That's what I was about to say. What do you think the reason for that is? Go it on.
keep it.
You're already on the ledge. Go ahead.
part of that comes from the women.
Oh, you done fucked up now.
Elaborate.
I feel
Elaborate.
like-
You're on the ledge. Go ahead.
I feel like, cause you know what I'm saying, like, ooh,
Come on.
No.
Don't backtrack.
Ain't no moonwalking. You out here now.
so here you go. So for the most part, like men know what they want.
Right.
Initially, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Men coming in with a game plan. Like, for example, I was using this with somebody the other day. When you going shopping, you know, if you going out on a Friday night, I want some Forces or I want a tee, I want these jeans, I'm in and out. Women, and when they go in the store, what they do? They circle that motherfucker 3-4 times.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, I might have picked this. I like this, but I'm gonna come back to it. You know what I'm saying? We walking
same
in.
analogy with men.
Exactly. We walking in like, boom, I want
That's a
this,
good
I want that, and I'm gone.
That's a good point. That is
You know
a
what
good
I'm
point.
saying? I get it. That's really what it be. And like they'll come back. Like sometimes women will come back, but I feel like a lot of women, they kind of got to get a little feel first or sometimes. But like for the most part, like if a man on a date with you, he know he want to hit or he know he want to be with you.
That's
Right.
It's one of the two. It's not going to be beyond that.
That's automatic.
I agree. Yeah, just echoing what he's saying. Like most men, when we come into a situation, we know exactly what we're looking for. Like men have a checklist in our mind, and she got to check everything. And if she doesn't, we offer, or we putting her in that just matching category. Now she may graduate, she may, you know what I'm saying, develop some of these traits. It's very rare, but she may develop some of these traits eventually, and then we'll hold her to that standard. Women, on the other hand, when they come into meeting somebody, they don't know what they want. Basically speaking of what he's saying, when they get to the store, I got to circle around and test things out. Problem with that comes when you don't know what you want. When you meet somebody, oftentimes you'll settle for the wrong person.
Yep.
And that's what typically happens. A lot of men's issues in relationships is because we just not ready to have that type of woman that we, you know what I'm saying, want or whatever. But it's not from lack of knowledge, us not knowing who we want or the type of person we want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because men are very firm on their standards. If you don't fit our standards, you will never be in a serious relationship with us.
That's it.
Never.
That's it.
It ain't no exceptions made. It ain't no, okay, this is a developmental project, and you know, eventually, maybe she may grow into who I want her to be. No, it ain't never that.
Nope.
You know what's crazy? You gonna be our girlfriend, but we ain't gonna be your boyfriend.
That's a fact.
It's crazy.
Damn.
That's just real.
That's a fact.
That's just real.
Crazy.
All right. On that note, we're gonna move on to the next one. Are you staying and trying to help somebody with damage from a previous relationship, or are you just leaving?
Older me now, hell no. You coming with anything, you are good go. But young man, when you're young, man, I would say when you're young, yeah, if you see she could be the one or he could be the one, then yeah, you gonna do it. Because you're young, you got a lot of time, man. But once you start touching that 30, bro, like, hey, nigga ain't got time to be playing with you like that, bro. Fuck all your goddamn trauma you done went through. Put that, you want to stand here, put that shit aside. This is the standard over here. Yeah. If you can't do it, don't even try to walk over here because you ain't gonna do nothing but add more trauma to yourself.
It's a fact. What's the question?
Question is, at the point you're at in your life now, would you stay and help somebody deal with damage from a previous relationship, or would you just excuse yourself from it?
Hell no, I ain't dealing with no goddamn damage.
Exactly.
See? What?
Elaborate.
How bad is the damage? How bad is the damage?
Man, because no damage. I ain't trying to help nobody go through no kind of shit. I ain't trying to deal with that kind of mental illness, that type of drama. I don't like drama. Period.
You're right.
I don't even watch drama TV.
Exactly.
and the reason I'm asking y'all this, give me your answer first, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking y'all this.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to answer that because I'm wondering like,
come on, Great Pedo.
No, shut up, nigga. I'm saying like, what if that person just never had somebody to talk to in their life, and you just so happen to be they
so all these people she done walked around with and walked around from, she wanted to just talk to you. She waited
I'm just
30 years.
Hypothetical.
You just that special one that can listen
this
to
is a hypothetical.
Man, stop.
Some people
there ain't no fucking hypothetical.
Some people be them let's call them whisperers or whatever.
Man,
oh my God. All right, B, where you getting at with this?
Yeah, man.
Right.
I ain't trying to
Great Pedo over here lying.
Right. The reason I asked this, right, is because a lot of women are on record as saying men are not willing to hold them down like they're willing to do for us. And that's a perfect example of it. Just that fast. When I said, "Oh, is she got damaged?" Oh, hell no, I'm out.
That ain't holding nobody down.
But wait. Let me finish. If it's on the reverse side of the situation,
try to heal
you come in with baggage. Bingo. Their mindset is to, okay, he has potential. I'm gonna try to work with him and heal his past trauma because I know what he can be.
They're naturally
men are not that way. That's why I asked.
No,
that's not my fault.
I just said younger men or women, younger men or women. Most likely, if they see that in them, they're gonna do that.
Define younger.
I'm talking 20, 24, 5.
Okay, I see what.
But once you start getting into that echelon of you doing what you want to do, like, all right, I got my goal set on this business, I got my goal set on this house and shit like that. You ain't got time to be dealing with that bullshit.
Distraction.
Right. You ain't got time for that. All you got time for is elevating, because you only get so many years in your youth.
That's true.
You said damage. You ain't say holding them down. I think there's two different examples of that. If you saying hold you down like you in a bad time, like you trying to work on your career, you trying to get some stuff off, you know what I'm saying, you might struggle with a bill here and there. That's holding you down. You ain't coming into me damaged from another relationship and I got to heal you from your past relationship.
Ain't no older nigga doing that.
And
ain't no older woman doing that.
And I'm not about to jump into a relationship with you if I'm already damaged, because now I'm about to damage you because I haven't healed myself.
But see, the problem with that's you. But a lot of men do jump into situations and they got past trauma, and they expect that woman to hold them down while they out here cheating, they out here doing what they doing, talking to her crazy, this, that, and the third, not really working, not really bringing too much financial situation into the household. They expect that woman to ride with them through that.
And that's
is it really trauma?
That's what they go through.
That's when they leave them.
Or these niggas just don't be shit.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's trauma to the extent.
It ain't
Excuse
no trauma.
me. It's trauma to the extent, maybe not in a relationship sense, but say he grew up in a rough environment and he don't really know how to be with women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like, because we all know this, because we done reached the age, we 30 now. Just being with a woman is way deeper than you providing financial and you just doing what you want to do. Yes. It comes with what's the word? Emotional maturity to deal with a woman. And that type of shit you don't develop until you get older.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nah, you develop that the moment you start getting into relationship. I'm not saying
no.
I'm not saying you develop it all. See, y'all missing it. Y'all let me get to my point.
I'm listening. Come on.
I'm
Get
saying,
there.
all right, through your past relationship, your past transgressions, you are picking up the tools to learn that. So once you hit 30, you should know. I give a fuck what your background was.
You should
have these tools already. Once you hit 30,
Correct.
you should have all these tools to know, all right, I gotta love this woman like this here. I gotta provide for this. I gotta do this here. Now, when you in your 20s, 24, 25, 26, 27, you don't really know because you picking it up. You don't really fully know until you
see,
get.
wait. Let me stop you right there. You right. You are right. But there are some dudes that just haven't been in serious relationships throughout that time.
And that's their fault.
Just because you're dealing with women, a lot of different women, don't mean that you're picking it up. Because to understand what that emotional intelligence, that emotional maturity is, you got to be really delved into serious years in with one person. And like, you know what I'm saying, unpack that mindset.
As a woman, leave that.
I agree. I agree.
Because they got a childish mindset. If they make it that far and they haven't learned, most likely they got a childish mindset.
But
I agree.
Also, too, a lot of women don't know how to.
That's true.
You'll have a lot of women, for example, that's focused on school. They ain't worried about no man. So they in school until they 28. They ain't got their doctors or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So they really didn't date. They may have dealt with a few men here and there, but they didn't really date a man. So now it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? They making their money. He making their money. And he trying to understand why she not, doing womanly things.
She not as feminine. She not as understanding our emotions, not as patient. Yeah,
exactly. Because
right.
she independent and she got her own. And she, you know what I'm saying? I don't need you. And so she'll know how to, you know what I'm saying, show those emotions like a normal feminine woman.
That's why most of them end up with bombs, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, that's when you go through learning experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
What's the blame on who and who?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily blame. I'm just
like,
saying what they be saying about us in regards to that. As far as holding somebody down, they saying that they way more willing to do it than we are. That's why I bring it up.
I think
they way more willing to do it because they don't want to be with a lot of different men. That's exactly why they way more willing to do it. They always want that one man to be the one,
right?
Because if they have one man, another man, then they looked at it as a hoe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they want that one man to be a one, and so happens they get played over and over again. Instead of just not worrying about other people's opinions, and doing what you got to do to lead that situation and find the right one for you.
Right.
Because you can play the field and not be messing with everybody. Like I think that's what they don't get. Like you can text a couple people, get to know them, maybe hang out here and there, but you don't have to be having sex with everybody. Like you can still get to know how people work, how people operate, shit like that, and you won't be labeled as no hoe. But they feel like, if they text 4-5 people, then automatically no, that you're not. Unless you carry yourself like that and sucking 7 dicks like old girl was. That's then yes,
fuck them other
yes
people,
you
man.
I didn't even call her a hoe. To be honest, at this point in age, I don't even call nobody a hoe. You just out here doing what you feel like you're doing.
And most likely people that's criticizing, they doing that shit anyway.
That's a cum dumpster.
They ain't got no man, or they dealing with some bullshit in their relationship.
I think as you go further in age, you start to realize like that whole stage and that other people's opinions shouldn't matter as much as it does now in your lifestyle.
Right. Fuck about your opinion. I'm gonna live by here.
Live, do what you got to do. But holding somebody down while they damaged, and fuck out of here.
Valid points were made. We're gonna move right along. This is from our boy Kadeem. He said, "Put this in a quick hit segment." He said he young and he looking for something serious. So his question is, how do you know when you're ready for marriage? 3 people on this panel have been married or aspires to be married, so it's going to be extremely interesting perspectives.
I can tell you,
gotten all the way around.
Do I have to talk about this conversation?
Yes, you do.
I was about to get engaged, so I got a little, I got a little input.
Go for it.
No, but y'all go ahead first. Y'all go ahead first.
Well, for me, man, I just knew I ran into the right person at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Shit was right. Shit, I looked at everything as far as background and work ethic and see what really mattered to her.
Right.
And once I found out that all that shit aligned with what I wanted in a woman, then I was done.
Right.
My search was over with. Why would I let this pass?
And see if I can ask a pivot question. After you made the decision to do it, what kept you in that line?
What kept me where? Like
just as far like focused on just her? Because don't get me wrong, like we women
growing chemistry,
right?
growing that chemistry. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just being around her, understanding how she worked, like trying to really, really study her, get her down pat, those type of things. But if you a real man, you're not gonna all the way know your woman all the way,
right?
You just not. I care less if you with a 30 minute, you gonna know the things she like, the shit she teeter on, and all that shit. But for women, shit change all the time. For us, we code and study. We can get the same Jordans every year.
Right.
For women, they're not doing that. They're not getting the same hairstyle every day. So it's just a little teeter shit that you pick up on like her little nuances and all that type of shit. Once you get that down, shit becomes easier in a relationship.
You just gotta keep doing it.
Exactly. Right. And don't make it go too perfect. You want to argue here and there. That shit healthy.
It is.
Mine would be 3 things, really. The first thing is depth. Like, when I met my wife, first off, we was in the 8th grade? 8th grade when I first met her. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell way back then that her mindset was just different. She wasn't really concerned with the shallow shit that a lot of women around that time was concerned about. You know, I was, at that point, I was dealing with a lot of women before I met her eventually, and we didn't hook up right then because we was too young or whatever. But even back then, I could tell that she was different from a depth perspective. Just the type of conversations that we was having later on down the line. You know, after we graduated, we in college and this, that, and the third. You could just tell that her mindset was different. Number 2, ambition. Extremely important to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was in Port Arthur, yeah, like everybody on this panel is from Port Arthur, and the mindset out there for the majority, people are perfectly satisfied with just staying in Port Arthur for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
Get a refinery job, get a whatever, and I'm just gonna chill for the rest of my life. I don't want to go out and see nothing else. I don't want to go out and do nothing else. Like they really have people that have never been outside of or past Houston from Port Arthur.
Houston is a big trip for them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So again, when we having these conversations, which goes back to the depth that I was talking about, she's thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm leaving as soon as graduation's over. I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm going to college. I'm doing this. I'm getting my master's degree. I'm going to do this X Y Z." So she had a plan. That right there was like, okay, that's somebody that I can really see myself with. You know what I'm saying? Because her mind is bigger than this bullshit that we in the midst of right now. And the third thing would be holding me accountable. When you are popular or when you are handsome, there are a lot of women.
Oh, here this nigga go.
I mean, well, shit. We gonna tell the truth. We gonna tell the truth.
Next person, man.
If we gonna tell the honest to God's truth in here,
Trying to sneak that in there.
Bring her in here.
and
It was 2 things. The last thing is the bullshit.
nah, hey, but real rap though. When you handsome or when you are fairly popular, they got a lot of women that you deal with. They'll just bend to whatever you say, do whatever you say, go along with whatever lie you say. This, that, and the third. They easily finessed. She wasn't that way. Like she called me on my bullshit immediately. She wasn't going. She didn't care about none of the who I was. She didn't care about none of that. All she was concerned with was me and how I was treating her. So she held me accountable, kept me in line. When I'm fucking up, she tell me I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like those 3 qualities is what I was looking for in a wife. So I knew way back then. It was just a matter of me maturing enough to be like, okay, now I'm ready to do it.
Yeah.
And then once I got to that stage, I proposed, and here we are.
All right, so
Kenny T.
Yeah, why everybody want to look at me?
You know why.
Because we know your history. We know
I'm the
why.
divorced one, so why do I got to speak on this conversation?
You still got to speak
But
to
before,
it.
That's exactly why.
before you was divorced, when shit was right, what it was.
Shit, let's see. Why? What was the question?
The question is, why? How do you know when it's time to get married or to marry a woman?
Shoot, I think my time was right when I'm saying we could vibe with each other when it was just us 2. You know, we had a time where it was, you could start a conversation between y'all. Y'all didn't have anything else that had to hold the conversation between y'all. So that was like a big thing for me. And then, she grew up a country lifestyle and I'm a country type of guy. So that was another thing for me. And like B says, she holds you accountable. She don't let you get over with other shit. So, that was my big thing. Why I proposed when I did. And, shit went left. Other situations happened, that led to our divorce, but
Life
yeah,
happens.
life and shit, and I fucked up a couple times, but that's life. So
My nigga on there, fuck it. My nigga on
what I'm
fuck it.
I mean,
but,
shit, we telling the truth here.
Shit happens.
So when we
shit
say,
happens.
nah, you gonna
Nah, hold on. We ain't gonna do hold on. We not doing my man. We ain't doing my man.
What I do say when you make that decision,
So what you say?
make sure you think about all the other assets to it. Even if she checks out on all the other boys, we never lived together, so that was kind of a big step for us when I was in the military. We went overseas, Japan, first time living together. I think that was a big step for us. We made a mistake in not having to live together, so
Right.
that might have made a big influence. And how they vibe without their family around them, you know, or how you act without your family around you, you know. So
That's real.
yeah, I think that's big communication. So
That's real.
Quick question before we go to O. What's the one thing that you learned that you're gonna take from that going into your next serious relationship?
The biggest thing I learned, and like I said, we was by ourselves in Japan. You know, this our first time ever living together. You know, our first time. We're both miles away, thousands of miles away from our family. It's just us two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's y'all gotta be able to communicate whenever shit is going to hell. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that was our biggest thing. We couldn't communicate. We was both petty as shit, and I think it was more on my part that I didn't want to communicate a lot as well. So I think as a man, you gotta be able to communicate with her even when you don't want to. You know, just try to communicate with them and, you know, unleash your feelings a little bit when you can.
Fact. Yep. That's real shit.
My nigga own it up, baby.
That's accountability.
Thought he wasn't gonna give it up.
That's accountability right there. That boy telling the truth.
I'm an adult now.
Now, oldest man, let's talk about how this girl dissed you. What's up?
Anyway. Wow.
Hold on. I ain't gonna let y'all do my man like
We ain't talking about that. We talk about how do you know when you're ready.
right.
Goddamn, be smooth.
Let's go.
Seems like you're ready.
I am so
Why
sorry.
you gotta hold me smooth?
I mean, nigga just laid him right out there
Damn.
to the ledge.
Let's edit this up out of there.
You know they ain't get edited, nigga. I don't care.
That nigga said he went down on one knee and she gave him a pack of dice.
Nah, actually, I ain't go down. I ain't go down on one knee.
That nigga went
I didn't
down.
get to
She
get there.
started shaking dice on that nigga.
I didn't get to get there.
We shooting three?
I didn't get to get there. Goddamn me.
Nigga say, what's the point? What's the point? 10 a roll, what's the point?
I goddamn me.
Hold on, I ain't gonna let y'all do my man. Let me re-ask the question.
I'm about to smack all y'all.
I want to say, one of you niggas.
One of you niggas.
One of you niggas.
That's cold, man. I did my boy like that, man.
All right, let me re-ask the question. How do you know when it's time to get married to a woman?
Man, for me, I feel like I needed like my best friend, like a female best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what has separated her from the rest of the pack. Like, we could watch sports together, even, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's something that's not up your alley, you know what I'm saying? You being willing to bend or, you know, listen and, you know what I'm saying, do whatever because, you know, that's what I'm interested in.
Right.
And I'm naturally gonna do the same thing for you. So if y'all can just easily, you know, pull and tug like that back and forth, like, that makes everything worth it to me. And like I said, just best friend, like if something going on and it's frustrating you, you can just come to him and say, hey, this is what's going on, this is how I feel. And you know what I'm saying, what can we do about it? Or we need to talk about this and that. And y'all can actually have a conversation. If y'all can never get at that level, then it's never going to work.
Right. Especially
in a marriage. Because that's 20, 30, 40, 50 years deep. And that's a lot of mental.
That's what we planning for.
That's a lot of mental. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So if we can't battle these small mental battles together, then I know we can't last. And so with that situation though, like I said, I just feel like she was my best friend. Like we did everything together. Like it was never a problem. We barely had any arguments. So it was like almost like a why not? You know what I'm saying? But you know, we were still kind of young, and she didn't really get in the dating market like that. You know, so which I knew prior to going into it, and I told her, hey, go ahead and do your thing first before we get into this. And she was like, no, like, I really like you. You know what I'm saying? I really like where this is going and blah, blah, blah. And so, of course, I'm like, cool, I like it too, so let's go through with it. But it came to, you know what I'm saying, came to hit me down the line. But,
So she owe you.
But I knew.
Hold up.
Nigga said she owe you.
Fact.
She owed me.
She owed me.
She owed me.
But she owed my dog.
She owed me.
Straight
Smooth.
up.
My dog gave her the, hey, baby, look, I know you not ready.
For real, it was.
I know you not ready, so go do your
Because-
thing, and you dare.
Because I was, so how that happened
That
was.
is fucked up when you
So she
lay
was
it
with,
out like that.
She was with somebody for like 6 years or something like that. So I was like her second real boyfriend, and she had like maybe like 6 months, 8 months in between that break.
Right.
I'm like, nah, you're not even going out. You know what I'm saying? You don't go out. That's not your style. You're not talking to niggas. You don't know how niggas do you. So I know me, as good as you are, like I know I can finesse you because I've done this plenty of times before. And I was like 25, so I'm like I got my foot in the game, so I know how it works. So the type of person that she was, I can easily, you know, so I knew I could run game if I wanted to. So I was like, hey, go ahead, test the water, see how these niggas are first, and then let's work on something.
Wherever you at, you owe my nigga, man.
Straight up, man.
Whatever he put on the table, you need to pick it up, man.
Double.
That's what it is. That's
Interest
real.
because it was back then. We need
real.
interest now.
That's real. Because he told you what you was
did.
gonna do.
I did.
And you did it.
I did.
You did it, and you tried to deny it. You was like, "Nah, I'm here," and then you went and did the very shit that he gave you leeway to go do.
That's true. That's true.
You owe him, man. That's true. You owe him. At least some of the money back. Goddamn. At least some of the day money back, man. Tally this shit up, man.
Straight
Tally
up.
this shit. Goddamn, man.
Here's a question. Do y'all feel like marriage changes the dynamic of the relationship in your mind? In your mind?
No, because by the time we get to even that, we already, to be honest with you, once you think about marriage and y'all both say yes to the shit, you already married.
That's it. For real.
You already married, bro.
Nothing changed but that damn piece of paper that makes it legal.
Reason I asked.
Legal document.
Right.
I think stuff does change.
But it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but I think a lot of things do change. Beforehand, you wasn't asking her if you could go out. Beforehand, you wasn't asking.
You was though.
If you,
See, like we talking about serious relationship. We ain't talking about just talking.
Even 6 months in, you damn near asking.
Serious relationship. You wasn't asking every single time. You know, you was still moving on your own when you wanted to. If you wanted to step out, hey, I'm gonna go out this time. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you still reporting every single time that you're going out. In a serious relationship, you wasn't every single time. If you want to step out, go get some lunch, you was doing that.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
Serious.
I don't think.
Serious.
I think the dynamics really do change. Like you take it a little bit more serious of your actions, like the things you do, how you move around her and around him. The only
thing with that is there are consequences legally. You know what I'm saying? Because with the document, you divorce, you lose money, you know, whatever it is.
Credit
But
score, all that
outside of that, as far as feelings, how I feel about you, that shouldn't change whether we married or not. Like if I know, like Smooth said, if I already know previously that I want to marry you, like that's not gonna change.
We're in a deep relationship.
Yeah, none of my actions should change. Period.
Everything is gonna go through you. Hey, bro, I want to go out with my partners this weekend. I may not be like, like asking you, like, hey, bro, I got this scheduled to go out with my partners. I'm going out this time. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna carry on through your marriage. Hey, I'm going out this day. Do you want to do something? Like the shit gonna always be there because you got that much. Like, and if she say no, she got something planned and she ain't tell you, you gonna scratch that with your boys. Right. Even if you in a deep relationship, like y'all can be in a deep relationship, you gonna scratch that with your boys.
Yep.
Because this is the woman you know what I'm saying, you aspire to be with for the rest of your life. Because y'all just that deep, y'all that connected. So without the marriage or not, like soon as you get that deep, you might as well say y'all married. Because you see yourself
you still rolling out. like,
I ain't doing
I'm
that.
going out with my boy.
I ain't doing it.
I done seen y'all do it. No. Fuck that. I'm going out with my boy.
Put your woman first.
That's only if you pissed off.
I'm not going to answer this phone. I'm not going to answer this phone. I'm going to go do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all still do some shit that you wouldn't do when you're married.
That's true.
Exactly.
But that's when you pissed off, though. That's when you pissed off, though.
It is.
It's texture to that.
Right. I would say that, in my opinion, right, because a lot of people like raise their eyebrows when I said this back when I first got married. It's like, oh man, you know, how does the relationship change, you know, to you or whatever? I feel like it doesn't change because I feel like the foundation was set all the way up until we got married. So right before we got married, we was married because we was moving that way. Now a lot of times with women feel like, okay, now that we married, now my expectations of you change.
No,
in my mind, I didn't feel like after I got married, my expectations of her would change.
No.
I didn't because I felt like we already in a serious situation. So you already, you know what I'm saying, moving with precaution. You already, like, going by what Kenny said, Kenny is right too, because he's saying that when you get married, it's way more urgency, it's way more, you know, it's way more imperative for y'all to be on the same page when you move, which is true. Mm-hmm. But right before you get married, you damn near at that point.
Even when I feel like the moment when you decide, when you propose to her, in fact, in your mind, when you decide that you want to propose to her, mentally for you, you're already locked in. Now, when you ask her to marry you and she say yes, now y'all locked in together. So whether it takes y'all 2 years to get married, 6 months to get married, y'all still should be operating the same way.